Hello, we are back. It is Thursday, March 19th. It's my birthday. Who knew? But we're gonna run one simulation today. I gotta apologize for yesterday's sims. Both of the live streams on YouTube, the audio did not work. My voice was kind of like sounding like a chipmunk, and I don't know what the hell happened. I tried to kind of recreate it. It didn't seem like there was anything wrong, so I don't understand exactly why things didn't work on our end here from the audio. I did test it out a little bit. It looks like it is working. I hope it is working, and we'll take over from here, and hopefully from now on it'll just work. But I will definitely have to work on the technology on this side. Yesterday's two simulations that did go through, and the video is there, and you can hear the audio clear enough from the commentary, the Madden commentators, that is. Saw two guys play. We saw Jared Goff absolutely destroy the Jets defense and come away with 25.74 points to take the lead in our simulation. That lines up our Goff NFT holder for the James Cook NFT in our next generation of QB Club NFTs, which will be released about a month after this competition. The other sim we ran through was Gardner Minshew, who had a fairly productive first half, and then kind of just fell off the map in the second. Of course, with these 3-minute quarters, it doesn't really help things too much. And you get the ball in the first half, you score, and then you wind up not getting the ball back enough to actually do anything. The Jets actually won that game 6-3 over the Chiefs. Jets in these sims are 11-6. They just ended a 3-game losing streak, sorry. But yeah, it's quite amazing that the Jets are hanging in there and winning some of these simulations that we thought would go a lot differently. Just to give you guys some information from yesterday's game, since I did not get this out on the live stream because of the voice problems. Jared Goff was an 88 rating in Madden and came away with that 25.74, 3-touchdown performance, 2 passing, 1 rushing. And Minshew was a 70 rating. He's a 70 rating. Today, we're going to be going with Riley Leonard, who is actually a 4th string, listed as a 4th string on Madden, behind Daniel Jones, Phillip Rivers, and Carson Wentz. So someone picked up the Riley Leonard NFT. Leonard did have one game. He actually looked pretty good towards the end of that season, and I think that's why our buddy Crypto picked up the Riley Leonard NFT, and also because there's a good chance he might play this season. Also, it might have been Anthony Richardson. I don't remember if it was Wentz or Richardson who was actually listed there on the Colts roster there. But anyway, I think I have this lined up properly. We'll take a look in a second. But Riley Leonard is a 67. A little strange when you kind of compare him to guys like Kyle McCord, who was a 65 or a 66. And then who was the other guy that we had? There was Jalen Milroe was a 65. And I feel like we had one other one that was kind of down there, rookie. Will Howard, 64. And Will Howard stuck up on that leaderboard for quite some time, was just recently booted. But anyway, let's get going. Let's get kind of focused here on our game for the day. Let's remove our leaderboard there. Jets and Colts. Obviously, the Jets are on the road. We're going to push this back down to 3 minutes as always. Tarico and Olsen are our team. 8:15 has been our starting time. Clear weather. Of course, we're in the dome now, so it doesn't really matter, and we'll get things going here. Again, I try to set these things up the right way to make sure we get the right person in the depth chart position to play. So hopefully we'll see Riley Leonard come out as the starting quarterback today.
Coverage of the National Football League brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil, as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the New York Jets and the Indianapolis.
That Jeff Saturday, maybe? I don't really know. I look like Riley Leonard. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I don't like to have technical difficulties to start anything, but looks like that was Riley Leonard ready to take the field, and hopefully we get a kickoff right away. We don't have to do a restart, which has been an issue. Let's go. They're right to our kickoff, Nick Folk. You know, it's funny because I tell you, I had my best day of commentary yesterday, and none of it went through. I was making jokes, I was laughing, I was having a good time. And then, there we go, Riley Leonard. Good stuff, good stuff. Set it up properly.
They are led out by the 6'4" quarterback out of Notre Dame.
One of the things you got to worry about here if you're crypto is Riley Leonard just handing it off to Jonathan Taylor the whole time. A little play action will start, and Leonard's going to take the ground and get 10. 21. About 20, they gave him 22 yards. The rushing yards are nice. They pile up the points, the fantasy points, much, much faster, especially important with these 3-minute quarters.
This defense worked all week. Defending this quarterback
Gardner Minshew actually rushed for 41 yards in his game yesterday, which is the most yards we've seen from a QB rushing wise. And he also threw for 112 in the loss. They just were unable to get it in the end zone. And at this point in the sim, it seems absolutely necessary to get yourself in the end zone. Minshew wound up with 8.58 points, not enough to make that top 8.
Because when you do, you can see there is a
Here's our first throw, and incomplete.
As he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw.
Got hit when he threw it.
It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throw it again here. And another. Now they're going to sack him. They've just been, Jets have been attacking the quarterback here. Forced a run, forced a poor throw. Now got a sack, leaving him at 3rd and 14. Of course, no negative points for a sack in our fantasy scoring, which you can find our fantasy scoring algorithms over at the website, theqbclub.xyz.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Good play here. 3rd and 14. He just kind of tosses it up. He's going to complete that. That was wild. Threw up a prayer. I mean, you know, you'd like to see him throw a little more of a rope there, but you're not going to complain once you get the completion. It would have been as good as a punt if they would have picked that one off, I guess. They're up to the 25. He had 1st and 10. The Jets defense just cannot hold. You got Jonathan Taylor and nice tackle there. I know was Jamie Sherwood.
No gain on the count.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales.
Empty backfield, Leonard all by himself. Rushing 4, should have some time. He's throwing it. He's got Alec Pierce there. 7-yard gain. Pierce has both catches. Oh no. Does he? There's 3. No, there's been 2 catches, right? Yeah, Pierce has both. That one little prayer on the sideline combined with this one. I got 27 passing yards, and as the Colts eat up the entire first quarter on their possession. We've seen that a few times. I think one of the keys to the Jared Goff game was that possessions were relatively quick, moved the ball fast, didn't waste any time. There's about 6 yards. Josh Downs. Yep.
Now they're entering
5-6
the area
yards
of the
there.
field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical.
In the shotgun, but Taylor is there. They're going to hand it off to Taylor. He's got as many yards. He's going to get a first down. Taylor's got 20 yards on the day.
It'll bring up second down.
2:20 left to go on the
By
clock.
the interior of this offensive line, it typically just takes one guy to distort the defense.
Didn't
to
give him
get
the first
back enough
down
room
there.
to operate.
A little
That's
strange,
exactly
but
what they did here, and it led to a
might
big gain.
cause another run here. Oh, he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it out to Pittman for the touchdown. Big play for Riley Leonard to get that touchdown. 9.68 points. Is our unofficial total right now. Not enough to break into that top 8 quite yet, but we're still in the first half. So that's sometimes been the famous last words. 2 minutes to go in the first half. And the Jets will get the ball.
Spencer Schrader now on for the extra point. He knocks it through.
The Jets have kept most of these games close, which has been helpful for the stats. Again, going 11-6 in our 17 games so far. Really, the only, maybe 2 I would deem blowouts, a 21-7 loss to the Lions yesterday, and lost 20-7 to the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Let's see if the Jets can return this. Davis. Follow your blocker, man. You just don't get it. And then the Jags beat the Jets 17-3.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
The Jets haven't blown anyone else out, but they've, for some reason, managed to just be competitive and hang into these games and win a lot of them in the last few moments. I'm happy to run the ball with under 2 minutes to go in the half. Kind of interesting choice as they just let the clock roll with 3 timeouts. Then again, backed up behind your own 30. Maybe it's just not.
Throwing, Taylor.
Taylor's going to get popped. Sack. Colts use a timeout. That was pretty smart. It's nice to see some intelligence out of the artificial intelligence. But this is a big play here. We'll see if the Jets can somehow finagle a first down. Really a huge play. They can somehow get 12 yards and continue the drive.
Taylor.
Got Mitchell. They got the first down. They will continue the drive. Incredible. And Jets fans, if you're watching, I mean, this is like a dream. Converting a 3rd and 12 just doesn't happen.
A gain of 15. First down.
I will tell you this. You know, when they had Aaron Rodgers, never, as a Jets fan, never had I felt more, I wouldn't call it confidence, I guess less defeatism on a 3rd and long.
Taylor.
There's always like a chance that, it just seemed like a chance. He swings it out here. It's Josh Reynolds, who I don't think will be making the team next year. I don't know if he's still on it. The Jets receiving room is in dire need of revamping. They did lose Mechie. They still have Mitchell. Still have Garrett Wilson, of course.
Across midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points.
Here's Taylor.
Quarterback who's in complete control.
Scott Mitchell. This is going to be a big one. He's going to get out of bounds. Smart. Smart. 50 seconds to go. They got 2 timeouts.
And another first down.
Sorry for the darkness.
Completion here as they try to get some points before the half. And remember, they're getting the ball back after the break, so they get a chance to double up possessions here if they're able to put a scoring drive together in the closing stages of this half.
Taylor swings it out. He's going to make the catch, but jeez. I mean, at that point, just drop it, right? I mean, just drop it.
Football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
2nd and 10. at the Colts' 31-yard line.
So if you're crypto and you're watching this right now, you're probably rooting for a very quick touchdown at this point. Tie it up. Jets are getting the ball in the second half. He's got some room here. Oh, a slide. Gonna take that last time out? No, they're letting this clock run.
Well, give him some credit. Initially,
of course, the huddle cut is not something I like.
He's able to escape the pressure and get away. Picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking
Sauce Gardner out there, former Jet. Interesting dynamic of the game that I didn't even think of until just now. He's going to get sacked. 4th and 13. And you going to call a timeout here? Or no one's calling a timeout. They're just going to let it run down. I would think that you'll get a Jets timeout with about 4 seconds to go. No.
And we're going to get a timeout.
2 seconds.
2 seconds remaining.
Nick Folk has been pretty automatic from this distance. We've seen him miss one over 50, and we've seen him miss one over 60. I think it's 62. 62 he missed. He hit a 60. He's hit a couple in the 50 range, and missed one in the low 50 range.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit.
This is simulation number 18. So we've seen, here's a 50-yarder. It is good, up right down the middle.
And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA
fairness,
Sports
that's
halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott
been
Hansen,
pretty
good to be with
automatic
you from
this
the
year,
Orlando
so it's a pretty
EA
good
Sports
sim.
Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Let's see if we can get these stats. They show Riley Leonard at 59 yards, but as we've kind of figured out, that encompasses both passing and rushing, which does even up with what my total is. I have 37 passing and 22 rushing. I like the horns there, the Kentucky Derby.
Of this one likely to play a big role. Who's going to walk away with a W?
Even though it's Indianapolis and not Kentucky.
Here comes Wanwu.
But they are the Colts.
He'll be brought
So it makes
down
sense.
right around the 25-yard line. Brees Hall making his way back out there as the Jets.
The Brees
on
Hall
offense
graphic,
again.
the Jets getting the ball
Trail by
here.
4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10.
Whatever you want had to happen here, you want it to happen quickly.
Off play action.
Play action, throw to the side here. They're throwing the ball to Mitchell a lot, and maybe Gardner is just locked up Garrett Wilson. I don't know, but a lot of this game, a lot of the sims we've seen, Garrett Wilson is just super quiet.
Second down, 8
One of the big keys is typically Brees Hall, especially out of backfield. We've seen him catch a lot of balls. There's Mason Taylor.
Left side is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard
Tyrod
line.
Taylor has 67 yards passing,
They've looked his
almost
way.
double what Leonard has.
But he comes
Of course,
through
Leonard
with
only had the
grab
one
and a
drive.
first down.
10 at the 45-yard
Taylor,
line.
this is his second. This has been a very sort of slow-moving game
When you're
in terms
running a
of
crossing
possessions.
route versus man
Lots of
coverage,
first
you
downs,
understand that there's gonna
lots
be
of
nobody
third
waiting
down
for you
conversions.
on the far side of the field. So if you can create separation on your man defender and
Not a
separate
ton of
away,
rushing, but enough to keep that clock going. There's Garrett Wilson.
that's where the quarterback went with the ball.
And that keeps him ahead of
No,
schedule.
Gardner was not on him that play.
Completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and
Nor did he make the tackle. Sauce Gardner doesn't like to tackle. Doesn't like to intercept passes.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
Well, you do have
Here's
Wilson and
2nd
Gardner
and
up
2.
top. You got an I formation with probably a run to Hall,
One
you
of the
would
tight
think.
ends in motion, right?
Ruckert in motion. The blocking tight end. There's Hall.
Here's
He is not
and it doesn't appear that he's
not going to get it.
first down.
3rd and inches. I thought maybe with that second effort, which wasn't really his second effort, it was more a D lineman pushing him forward, that he might get it, but he doesn't. 3rd and inches. if you're the Jets here, old school Jets football would be run. The Colts think they're going to run, and there's Taylor with the tush push for a yard or two. I don't know necessarily you call that a tush push, more of a traditional quarterback sneak.
And they convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front.
Taylor in the gun. There's that swing pass that we're talking about.
Create the space needed for the quarterback.
I did not like the way he read those blocks. Kind of took it to the outside there when he might have been able to just go straight up the gut. He had 3 blockers out in front and
from the 41.
only able to pick up 2. 2 men in the backfield, Davis and Hall. And Hall will go in motion.
The throw is Taylor.
Taylor's got to open Garrett Wilson for about 15. And another first down as we end the 3rd quarter. Now I tell you now,
of this 3rd quarter,
the dynamic here, unfortunately for Riley Leonard, is if the Jets do not score a touchdown, it is over. He's not going to get a lot more points here, which means, I mean, he led the drive, that long drive, picked up the touchdown pass, had the one nice scramble for 22 yards, 9.68 points after, pretty much 1 quarter of play. If the Jets don't score a touchdown here, you might see a lot of Jonathan Taylor.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their
Not
job.
a lot of opportunity for Leonard to put up some more points here.
The quarterback has no chance. But
again, this dynamic, I mean, you might be saying, hey, that's stupid. That's stupid.
That was all the time this
We are
needed to chase him
simulating
down.
about 20
Down
games
for a
here.
sack.
And got a life, man.
so after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
NCAA bracket starting today. I think some of the games have already started.
Now they'll set up to throw.
Here's Taylor. Taylor had Mitchell, but he drops it. Hit him right in the chest, which is the wrong place to hit him.
And it's going to force 3rd down.
I'm hoping At Night Mitchell has worked on those hands in the offseason. Although I got to tell you, I did think they gave him a really hard time. He had a lot of passes thrown his way that were really difficult catches. Unfortunately, he tended not to make those. 4-man rush. He's got some time. Oh, gets rid of it. It looks like he's throwing it out of bounds, but he does. 4th and 15. A little over 2 minutes to go on the 29. They got the 3 timeouts, so you wonder if they're going to kick a field goal here. You got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Looks like they were sending out folk, but they're not. We've got a shotgun formation, empty backfield, 4th and 14. Taylor has got a nice long throw. He's got open guy. He hits Mitchell. Unbelievable. First down. There, it looks like they're going to take this to the 2-minute warning. They're on the 2-yard line. And this has just been how the Jets have been playing these guys. I mean, they hang in there till the end, and then here's a conversion on 4th and 14. Mitchell makes up for that drop before, catching a nice delivery by Taylor.
We'll come back and finish this one off after this.
The Jets got to put one in, hopefully quickly here. If we want to see a few more points out of Riley Leonard to have him crack that top 10. He really doesn't need a lot of points. Here's the Now, I've seen like Darren Waller come out of retirement and catch a ball in the end zone on Sauce Gardner, so I'm not believing this Garrett Wilson not making that play.
Everybody talks about 2 minutes.
Good news is the clock stops at 1:58, 2nd and goal. This could be a run. They're going to toss it out here to Breece Hall. He is going to get stuffed in the backfield. Shocked that the Colts don't call timeout here. I mean, maybe it makes sense, maybe not.
Now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
You definitely got to put this one in the air there, Greg, and you got to complete this thing. He's throwing it, lofting it up in the air. Gardner against Mason. Was it Josh Reynolds or Mason Taylor? It was Josh Reynolds.
It's fourth down.
And now, I mean, this went from a first and goal from the 2 to a fourth and goal from the 7.
It puts all of the pressure
We
on
had,
the game
2 minutes on the clock down to 131. And, I mean, it kind of got a little ugly here for the Jets. Let's see what Taylor can do. He's getting rushed. He goes down. It's like Whitey Pay.
And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on down.
No one picks up that.
I don't think this coach has much of a choice. I think he had to go for it.
Of course he had to go for
doesn't
it.
help you a whole lot. They're trying to take the lead here.
And the Jets, they have 3 timeouts.
What a stand by this defense coming
The
through.
Colts now have a
keeping them out of the end zone.
4-point lead.
The Colts offense ready
They have
to take
Jonathan
over for
Taylor.
their second possession.
Oh, we got a play action. He's going to complete a pass here. It's going to help him a little bit. The Jets call a timeout, 6 yards.
Second and 5.
Unofficially now at 9.92.
And they'll get together prior
And we have
to
some
the
big
second
names
down
still
play.
on the simulation, right? We have Josh Allen, we have Justin Herbert, Jordan Love still to go. So we do have some big names still to go. Trying to get some of these NFTs sold. Here's Taylor. That's a first down. The Jets will call a timeout. I got a feeling that they're going to be able to just run the clock from here.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down.
Just an upsetting
There's no
game.
need for third down. He was able to get enough on second.
Very
and
similar
they get a
to the
fresh set
Gardner
down.
Minshew game that we saw yesterday. Minshew, of course, put up a lot of numbers, but just was unable to get the touchdown. And Riley here has done nothing wrong. If anything, he has played a complete game as a quarterback.
And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Ran one great drive to start the game. Threw a touchdown pass. And then didn't see the ball again until now. And now they got a 7-3 lead. And they're just able, 1 first down, and now they're taking an 8. Just an unfortunate turn for Riley Leonard in the Season 0 simulation. And that will just about do it. The clock will run out. This is going to be the last simulation we'll have for today, folks. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow.
They come to the line
We're
needing
going to
11 here
try to do
on
the
third
Jordan
down.
Love tomorrow. And there you have it. The final whistle. What are the Jets all happy for there?
The Colts. Points were at a premium in this one, but they're able to eke out the victory in this
Kind of
low-scoring
disappointing. I
affair.
mean, it really would have been a much more entertaining game if the Jets would have scored there from the 2-yard line. First and goal from the 2,
that'll
and
do
they
it
just
for
couldn't
us.
do
For
it.
Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X.
Jets are
at
run to
EA
11-7 in
NFL.
these simulations.
The Colts, winners here in the Circle
Got some
City.
tough games
As we
to be-
say so long
Tough
from
games ahead.
Indianapolis.
I just named them, right? Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert. If we don't get another NFT purchase between now and then, we're in trouble. The Jets are going to actually win more games than lose in this sim. All right, we have Riley Leonard in here. What has he got? 5 out of 6. Again, great game. 43 yards, not a lot, relatively speaking, to most of the other QBs we've seen. And the 1 touchdown. No interceptions. There's Leonard carrying 3 times for 20. I had him in here as 22 yards, but we'll move that back to 20. This is the official statistic here. No fumbles. The receiving stats here, of course, we're not going to see Leonard here, but 1 drop from Mitchell, 1 drop from Wilson. I think that was the end zone pass that was so costly with Sauce Gardner draped on him. And then, I mean, you look at the Indy stats. Let's just look at them. 5 catches, no drops, a touchdown, Michael Pittman. But that's about it. That's about it. So it's kind of a sad ending to Riley Leonard's season 0 prospects here. We'll come back at you tomorrow with the Jordan Love game. Probably about the same time, about, I don't know, noon. Maybe we should get it. Maybe we can get in a little early. But we'll see how it is. Good luck to Siena College as they take on Duke today, my alma mater. Best of luck to them. Maybe we can get a pretty big upset here, like the Jets, like an upset similar to the Jets winning 11 out of 18 of these games on the road with a 74 team rating. It's just almost disturbing. But anyway, we'll catch you tomorrow, and have a good day, everyone.